you're saying that actually their two businesses are more similar than we might expect.
Yeah, and we see this in the products. Obviously, this is coming out in this trial in San Jose over the patent issues. But I think Samsung's a company that certainly U.S. investors don't pay much attention to. It has an ARD that trades here in the U.S., but really it's principally traded in Europe and, of course, in Korea. So I thought it'd be good to just take a quick overview of what the Samsung business actually is. Now, when you look at the different units at Samsung, different business units at Samsung, what you see is that telecommunications is a very important part of their business, 36% of their business in terms of revenues. Semiconductors, 26%. Digital media equipment, that would include things like TVs. The LCD manufacturing business, 16% as well, a bunch of other junk tossed in there. But again, telecommunications is really important. What's really important is the scale at which it's increasing. Growth in the telecommunications business for Samsung is exploding.
This is smartphones and tablets?
Smartphones, tablets, and other kinds of equipment growing really quickly. So the year-over-year growth over the course of the last 6 quarters, I mean, look at how that's really blown up for these guys, just taking off like crazy.
Okay, so what about profits? Where do most of their profits come from?
Again, most of their profits from semiconductors, but just as you saw that growth in the revenues from telecommunications, you also see fantastic growth in the profits. The profit growth in this company, first of all, just the dollar amounts are fairly impressive. I mean, the company doing nearly $3 billion last quarter in operating profits in that group. But again, the growth, the year-over-year growth, when you look at that year-over-year growth, we're looking at triple-digit year-over-year growth in that telecommunications business for Samsung. So it's a very powerful unit. When you see that, that's not the kind of growth that these companies are used to. They've really got the tiger by the tail.
So Apple, of course, doesn't make chips. In fact, Apple uses Samsung chips in a lot of its products, something that we don't talk about enough. But how does Samsung's business, at least the phone business, stack up to Apple's?
Apple's is a lot bigger and it's growing a lot faster. So if you look at just a couple of numbers to compare. The revenues for last year from the phone business, Apple's significantly bigger, $8 billion bigger than Samsung. Similarly, the growth rates, Apple just growing so much faster than Samsung. But as we saw, that's last year. Does not include the first quarter. So again, Samsung sales really picking up. And because some of these products, it has Apple worried and has Apple suing. Those are the things that are really growing so fast for
Right,
Samsung.
and if you look at some of the market share numbers, Samsung actually appears to be growing faster. It just certainly depends on how you slice it.
This new phone from Samsung, this Galaxy 3S, is hot. It's a cool phone. It does some really great things. It's been very successful in the marketplace. We'll see how it fares in court. Okay.